Good morning, it's Sunday, and here are our morning friends, the tufa, which is a funny word. Craig was wondering last night what the origin of that word is, but we don't have any cell phone internet service here, so we can't look it up. So if you come here, we have AT&T, and we thought we would have service, but we don't. But another video I saw said that they got service on Verizon, so should just be aware that you may or may not have service here. There's our awesome campfire from last night. Craig told me he did not make that from scratch. It was what was it? Instant fire at just dead water?
That's right.
That's right, okay. And so I was thinking this morning what things people would want to know about this place that you may not have found out from other videos. So practical things from my point of view as a woman. One is that vault toilet way out there. And
it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Surprisingly clean.
Which that surprises me. And you said it doesn't smell.
And if you're wondering what a vault toilet is, this one here at least, it's an actual cement building that they made. It's very clean. It has toilet paper in there. It does not smell bad in there, but it's basically a raised toilet seat, kind of like nicer than a porta potty certainly, but then it just drops down into just to a holding tank. So, but again, surprisingly, we don't smell anything really in there. It's really clean. We were a little curious as to how scary it would be, but
well, yeah, because like in my mind, I was thinking about the one on Santa Cruz Island, which was not so pleasant. So this one has kind of been designed. It must have like a natural composting, something down there for it not to smell and clean. So that's actually really good news if you're coming here and you don't, just for the day, or you don't have RV with black tank. Oh, getting here. So I was worried because we'd never been here, and then every time I looked up directions, they all seemed to say something slightly different. Craig was not worried at all, and in fact our navigation was perfect. Even though it did have different names for the roads, I think that's what was confusing. So how
down this two-lane road, they call it it's either SR or a highway, and the navigation was accurate. We made our right turn down onto the dirt road, and it was actually definitely as bumpy as everyone says it was. We averaged about anywhere from 5, maybe 7 miles an hour at the most, because it was so bumpy.
And because it had rained earlier, there were
puddles. We wound up having to drive through a couple. It was unsure whether we were going to get stuck, but there was no trouble, at least when. There's
not a lot of bugs, surprisingly. Actually, less than many other places we've been. Some flies, but not, crazy. And some ants. Ooh, there's a fly. The ants. Sadly, see Craig's feet. When we were biking, we stopped and he put his foot down and all of a sudden felt, ants are biting me. And he had actually stepped on was it the ant hole? I mean, they were swarming around there.
Yeah, we were taking pictures. Put my foot down and was just not noticing where we were standing. And I started to feel bites. So they hurt a little bit, but not too bad.
I have some bites too. Okay, so again, not like crazy, like some places we've definitely been. I'm trying to think, there were places where the ants were, it was Paradise up in the mountains.
Santa Barbara area.
The flies and the ants were...
There were a lot of ants there.
That was crazy. But there are little holes all over the place, and there's black and red ants, and so you should watch where you put your feet. The railroad going nowhere or everywhere. And the tufas, which are lit up against the gray clouds. The storms have kind of all been around us, and we've seen lots of rain, but hasn't come to this spot. Rainbow! It's awesome. Rainbow over the tufas at Trona. If you want to stay in this exact spot with my fire pit that I made, please don't take it down. That'd be really cool if you stayed here and then put a comment. If you have a big rig, this is a nice spot because when you're entering from the dirt road and you get to that vault toilet way out there, you can either kind of turn to the left or keep going straight-ish to the right. And if you have a big rig, you can't really go over that hill because it starts to get way too rocky. But this is a great spot because it's nice and flat. Our rig is 33 feet, fits here. You can see that you have this big grouping of tufa behind you, which is beautiful. And then you have a nice fire pit pre-made for you. So around the vault toilet, stay to the right rather than veering off to the left, and this site will be to your left. And if you do stay here, let me know in the comments. Alright, when we were driving in, my reaction was, this is so weird, just seeing the forms of the tufas that I couldn't even really see because we came in at almost 1 a.m. And so we didn't get to see any of this when we were driving in, and this is crazy. Look at the landscape. It looks like snow, it's just white as far as your eye can see, and we're guessing since the tufas are made of calcium that this must be just calcium, but it's just everywhere. It's so strange.